Brooks Stadium in Conway, South Carolina would appear to be a far cry from the classics, but Chaucer would be very proud of the fight that his Chanticleers will bring to the teal. Today, two teams collide from the Pac-12, and conference implications are aplenty, as we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Washington State Cougars. Taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Washington State ready to kick off as it's time to get things started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers offense will get the first possession of the game. And these guys involve everybody in the passing game, and none more prominent than this big fella.
The quarterback knows he's going to be under duress in this game, so who do you look for? The tight end, and there aren't many better than this guy.
No, and just big bodies that you can miss a little bit high, and it really doesn't matter. But over the middle of the field, closer throws, so nice to have a security blanket with a great tight end.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle. I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, defensively, you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Shoots it to the left. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. And the Chanticleers will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He's got his man. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Takes a hit as he fires. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. Wide out in motion. Scanning the field, it's McCaffrey. Quarterback moving. He fires it out to the right. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And I know this defense statistically hasn't been one of the best against the pass this year, but they have had some guys banged up. They believe they've got difference makers on the back end that just need to make more plays. That DB right there is one of those guys, and he does it here on the opening drive, getting a huge interception.
First down for this offense. Handoff from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. And guys, this is a great time to take a shot if you want on 2nd and short. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's brought down, but he's got enough to give Wazoo a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The inside handoff. At the 35, he's open. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26. Washington State going quickly.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
Yeah, you can tell the timing wasn't great and quarterback and receiver not on the same page, but when you're going to miss, don't miss towards the DB. You definitely want to miss out towards the sideline so you don't get yourself in trouble.
To the air, it's French. Makes his connection.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Sims. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington State.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Coastal Carolina takes over, and here comes the offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Got his man downfield. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. He's looking to throw it. With the catch, it's awesome. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. He's looking to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Looking for a man, it's McCaffrey. Makes the grab. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington State has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. The shot that clears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. It's complete on the right side. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Run out of bounds after the long game, and they've got it now first and goal. And the shot to clear is moving quickly to the line.
Another shot to clear.
Looks as if he's going to run it. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Coastal! On to attempt the try.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of bounce, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Now the play fake. Pressure comes, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
Coastal Carolina has it. The Chanticleer offense headed back to the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah.
Touchdown, Chanticleer! A great catch and run for 6. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Wants to throw. It's French. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Heaves it on the run. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Tell you what, when you come out in your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few first downs, get some space. So if you
got enough space, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Coastal Carolina.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but down. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Looking to pass. It's French. Fires to the big fella. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. They're trying to get to him. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Washington State sends out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He's got great speed. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Excellent field position here for the offense. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Across the 25, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
That's another shot to clear.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the catch, it's Garrison. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
The shot to clears have moved it inside the 20. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Fires complete on the crosser. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get...
Touchdown, Coastal! And they take it in for 6 more points. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Arizona came through with a lunch pail, hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won. In fact, this wasn't ever really in question. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. They'll immediately call timeout.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play their ability to go sideline to sideline, right at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball on the perimeter. You toss it out there, you run it back. He gets out there faster. We got a positive game. Still a couple plays here left, too.
This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the first half. Before then, they can get another score. Heftiness coming out on the goal line. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the shot to clear has come to the line in the hurry-up. They go right back to this guy on 2nd and goal. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, tough to beat the pageantry and tradition there in Conway.
Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
The offense down to the 25 now, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Flanagan.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
This was one of the keys to the game. Could this quarterback, could he extend plays and then make throws in scramble situations? That time, the defense was able to get to him and bring him down for a huge loss.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Couldn't find the range on the field goal. Couldn't cut into the deficit, and they are still down by 21. Coastal Carolina takes over, and here comes the offense. Nice move to keep moving. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver shows motion. He wants to throw. They're bringing heat. Stands in and takes the hit. He makes a catch. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Clock ticking away as we have 4 minutes left here in the 3rd. From the red zone, looking for a space. It's complete. Touchdown, shot to clear. And the route is on.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Looking to throw, it's French. Got his man quickly. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Lost one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Washington State will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Just needs a crack to get a return. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. And now the offense will come onto the field again. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
I tell you what, with this kind of success on the ground, I think you two knuckleheads could call plays. I mean, that's how easy it is for this offense right now. They got the ground game working. It's really easy. Now you can open up for other things, but you guys could even try your hand because...
He unleashes a long one. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. The incompletion brings up a second down. Finds his man. It's awesome. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Back to throw, it's McCaffrey. Fires to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. The shot that clears will snap it on 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Moves around to clear up the vision. Runs through a tackle. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. The back goes in motion. Just steamrolling his way through. Touchdown, Coastal Carolina. And the beatdown has ensued. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something.
Wide open, he makes the catch. He's off to the races. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Wazoo! Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
Washington State, 14.
On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Coastal Carolina has it. The Chanticleer offense headed back to the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them.
Hit the afterburners, kid. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
We got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line there. They were able to pave the way for a first down.
Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line, they'll have it 1st and 10. At the 35, he's loose.
Yeah, this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance of coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way.
He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. And the shot to clear is in the hurry-up. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. They've moved it right to the edge, and they need 1 more yard for the touchdown on 3rd down. Touchdown, Coastal! And the punishment has been extended. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going going to go to 7-0.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And the returner goes down. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Skips away from pressure. He'll pull it down. They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down, get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back and getting that.
He's into the open down the middle. He's at the 20. I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift, a late touchdown. Safe to say the offense could have used a few more plays like that earlier in the game.
Too little, too late. At least you got something going. You got some kind of rhythm. The offense put some points up. But man, if they'd have started a little bit better, they might have had a chance to be a little bit more in this ballgame.
49, Washington State, 21.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Coastal Carolina takes over, and here comes the offense. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown? He's going for a big play downfield. He hauls it in, and nobody's close. He's running free down the middle. And they're going to score again, yet another touchdown as they just added their total.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. UTSA is down right now inside the Alamo Dome. But this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in San Antonio.
Looking to go up top on first down.
They're trailing by 10 to East Carolina. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. They'll throw it on first down. Makes the grab. It's Figueroa. He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down. New set of downs after that completion. He's going to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. He wants to throw it again. Using the quick game. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. And the Cougars with the 1st and 10.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Looking to move it through the air. Caught behind the line. It's Williams. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Washington State has it in the red zone. Trying to find his man on first down. Snags it. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep ball.
And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. And here we go, final play of the game right here. Looking to throw, it's McCaffrey. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he goes to the ground, and that's how this game is going.